Pictured here is a bioprinter that is currently producing human tissue. And here is a 3D printed ear that is having pink colored gelatin added to it. 3D printing is much more accurate than animal testing. Due to the genetic differences between humans and animals, it is difficult for us to be sure about a product when we test it on animals. 3D printing also appeals to the social responsibility of major cosmetic companies because using animals to test their products hurts their public relations, thus hurting the profitability of their product. It is also much more cost efficient. Now we move on to our second proposed alternative, in vitro testing.
It's the 21st century. Even when we have in the past, for example, killed rabbits in pregnancy tests, we don't need to do that anymore. We have in vitro test tube methods. We have human data banks. We have high-speed computers that can put that human data together, which is how we got the latest cocktail of AIDS drugs, not from these old-fashioned animal tests, but from using the technology we have today to give us answers quicker.
We don't want to use embryonic stem cells forever because they've got their own ethical problems. They've got the fact that you're still using cells from someone else, so you've still got organ replacement and tissue problems and rejection. So basically what we're working towards using induced pluripotent stem cells. So we're taking patient-specific cells, creating the structure, and then using that. So in the case of drug testing, it won't just give you an accurate human response. It will give you an accurate patient response. Animal testing is, of course, fundamentally using animals on animal cells. So that will give you a very accurate response of what would happen if you did it to an animal. But if you were to do it on a human, most of the time the result is very different because we diverged genetically from animals a long time ago. So when you come to test it on a human, something completely different happens.
Could this replace animal testing tomorrow? I mean,
not tomorrow, yeah. But quite soon, I think.
All three of these alternatives to animal testing are very useful. All of these alternatives will yield much more accurate results than testing on animals and are all socially acceptable, unlike animal testing. The cost will also be lowered with any of these alternatives so that each company can maximize their profit. We hope that this project will shed light on animal testing, and we urge the C-level employees of major cosmetic companies to change their ways or be left behind in the race to end animal testing.